KOI have very solid options. They have pretty good dive.
Yep.
In terms of their ability to get control around objectives, they have a lot of tools. You're kind of forced to walk away from the Maokai. It's very easy for the Kazante to generate a lot of space around these neutral.
Now it should be MKOI right to move over towards those first void grubs.
Dragon taking the response, so for Fnatic, a little bit of speed here.
Very safe lane, keeping that wave pushed in has given him access to those bot lane plates. Now, you may even see, I mean, Humanoid's quite low, but here comes Razork.
It's the all-in, but the...
Yeah, Mickey's kind of been all over the place trying to protect his different lanes in what has been the extended lane swap.
Ignite down, though. There's no ulti for Alvaro, and I think that cow has just become mince for First Blood.
I was controlling the top side either. Razork's isolated.
Quick smite, maybe just to stop the all three, but a flash, twisted advance. Elyoya finds Razork in his track. Nature's Grasp is down. Jojo's here. Needs to lay down more damage than that, but the ulti has to turn into a flash. Razork flashes in response. Q's out and he's out. Jojo's committed hard for this, and meanwhile Super's getting busted in the pit. He flashes over the wall. The equalizer goes to where? Alvaro flashes there, and meanwhile, upset beware. Fnatic are running down KOI. It's Manwin who's taking enough to deal with it, but Oscar is putting the flame up. Who wants pork belly for dinner? I think it's Fnatic. They've already cooked one. They'll cook another person alive. And 4 kills.
Even the way that one turned out, because Razork was isolated, and Jojo trying to predict Razork's Q over the wall, meant that they didn't pick him off at the start of the fight. So it's on MKOI now to try and disrupt how Fnatic are entering into these objectives.
Everyone's trying to set this up and all out into the Nature's Grasp, and the first time on Maokai. You're not disappointed with Elyoya's position. Now we're looking at Bros punching fists.
Fnatic Death Rush.
And it's what Jojo's going to run into. Betty has said it, and now you've seen it. Razork down. Elyoya. He's going to run into Razork, okay. Vault Breaker into the tree, but he's not going to leave. Instead, he brings Super in as well. Vault Breaker gives a bit of a shield. Ulti out. Razork, the criminal. He's away with it. Bandits run. As KOI trying to get into this choke, but I don't think it's too good for Fnatic. Burning the Midnight Oil as Alvaro flashes away, somehow makes it away. But Upset joined in just to get the kill. He's going to be all out, but look at KOI. They don't want to join back in, but Manwin will do it himself. He flips, he smacks, and yes, Manwin can. While you look at the top lane, Oscar into the Jojo are once again fighting now, but this time, Jojo has it.
And KOI just scrapped back. That is 4 kills across the map as Jojo gets a solo in the top side and Mirwin carries through the bot. What looked like a winning play for Fnatic ends in disaster.
It's the overstay from Fnatic that ends up killing them. They try to get more on towards Mirwin. Now they will end up getting the tower, but you'll see it in the replay in just a second.
He's already set up 2 dragons, so it is nice that KOI can stop the stacking here, but when you think about the only turret of an outer that's actually mid, as Oscar and I have to pause, Mirwin is looking for a kill, and this is a 2-item Kazante. I guarantee you he wins this, ladies and gentlemen. Rock and roll! Mirwin, an auto, he might actually die! No, it's Kazante. Humanoid fixes that though, and it is a shutdown to a carry this time of Fnatic.
I mean, Mirwin is just starting to run away with the side lanes, and crucially, Jojo is going to continue to scale. Remember, that's very crucial.
He's on a ward, he's Vault Breaker, and Alvaro might just be caught out here. He pops the ulti nice and early, but again, Upset is a 2-item carry himself, so kill goes over, Upset with number 4. And Fnatic is still biting back.
And they can keep the pressure up. They have the Herald available on Razork if they want to drop that in the mid lane. Jojo has only just now gone back to base. He has to go and deal with the bot wave, which means the 3 members of KOI staying mid.
But the ult comes through from the Maokai. They want to try and keep him locked up. Will end up getting it. I think the tower should fall if Upset can get into range.
But Elyoya's got Leandri's first. That guy's not tanky at all. He twisted, advances in, but he's just dead in an instant. There's no tank stuff. Building up for this side turret. It's finally going to drop down because KOI are all top, looking to see what they can fish.
And Fnatic slowly but surely. Ooh, the objective going to be started off, and Fnatic is very far away. Upset, recalling on the bottom side of the map. TP, I think it's still unavailable for Humanoid. I think this is an uncontested Arakan.
Razork's so far away.
It's the Hex Text though. Razork can get in.
You're right, but Nature's Grasp zones him out. Now Bro just bops him, so free Arakan. While they position for bot.
Out of the river, and now it's theirs. That it's a KOI to start off the dragon.
All the information's right there in front of them. True Shot Barrage misses, which is good, but again, Hextech Drake chains its lightning. Alvaro pops the ulti out again, the equalizer in front. Alvaro has to flash in, but he's gonna die with the Arakan buff. Super channeling down Razork while the rest of the fight goes on, and Jojo finds some good marks, but Humanoid has to get out because Mirwin's on his face. The flip outside doesn't work out, but Razork is down. Supercharged him. Humanoid still getting chased. Kazante, 1,000,001 dashes. did it way before Ambessa.
It seemed weird at the start, but remember he had the Atakan buff as well, so they could play this heavy committal style. They could force the fight, and not only did they get...
Question in contention for the Baron spawn.
I think Razork continues to demonstrate how he can be very smart about being in the right place at the right time. He's a large part of why Fnatic were able to secure a lot of these early objectives. And I like the idea of the flank, but we're seeing how difficult this double AD carry composition is to execute when they kind of want to play that front-to-back style. Meanwhile, you've got Razork wanting to try and dive in with Mickey while the Rumble ultimate layers on top of them. Meanwhile, KOI's composition, they find a target and they commit.
Well, Mickey, though, might be the target found. Instead, Razork is going to pop the ulti, but onto Jojo. He just goes back a lot there in the engages. Alvaro starts soaking up damage, and for KOI, they're looking for Mirwin's position. Right now, damage has been done. Alvaro needs to heal up.
Movistar KOI just want to buy time. The reset for Jojo plus the TP, but Fnatic want none of this.
Razork in with a Vault Breaker and a cease to desist still being held, or rather, that's on cooldown. Instead, it's just a Q and back away. KOI want to start this Baron, you can see, but Fnatic just don't want to let them.
I mean, the ultimate from Alvaro has been used. There's still everything else on the side of KOI, and they're going to start this one off. Upset, he's going to cancel his base.
This poke feels like everything as well. Alvaro has no ulti, so he's going to be squishy here. Everyone watching at home, look at the Baron health bar. And 5k with the Nature's Grab. It's going to be a turn instead. The flip back and again, and Jojo landing his ulti today. Mirwin disintegrates. Mickey pops into his ult, runs into the team. He might die, but he's done his job. As Super starts running the front to back again. Fnatic cannot withstand.
The core damage dealer of Fnatic was ripped out of that fight by Movistar KOI. Upset falls. KOI win the fight, and it's going to be the Baron to boot as well.
The turn from KOI is just so strong. We've seen it back to back now, Mickey.
With the Rumble ult, with the Ezreal ult, with Vi leading the charge, but how do you do it here?
Nature's Grass so good at pushing teams off the turrets. Fnatic safer now with the equalizer down, but the turret is just gone. Mirwin gets a flip yet again, but no push back. He withstands the damage so easily as Mickey stuns him up, but again, they need more than that. Vault Breaker, Mirwin won't sustain if he runs into everyone, and now Jojo's ulting thin air. A double shutdown.
And Humanoid was just sitting there acting like a bouncer, so Fnatic now get their opportunity to get...
What, 3 minutes till Dragon, 1:45 till Baron.
Fnatic overstacking on the bot side of the map as Dagda said they're looking for the fight.
Again, thinking about it, Razork is just going to pop the ulti. That's the engine of KOI picked up and burnt alive. Upset finds the first kill onto the jungler as Jojo goes over the wall. He finds an ulti onto Mickey, but it's not enough. Super runs into melee range, and Mickey thinks, can I get an engage? Alvaro poked out, Upset going forward. You can't call him a KDA player when he wants them all to die. Fnatic run through the choke. Mirwin thinks...
the Cassante, now Elyoya in a fantastic spot for a potential Maokai ultimate.
Hasn't been spotted out at all. All it takes is a Nature's Grass. His first Maokai we see in competitive, and I don't think it'll be the last, at least in this split. Nature's Grass rounds up Razork immediately. The equalizer down is good. It's a mosh pit. It's a big pit. It's a magnetic pit because Mickey brought them all together. Vosker in to burn them down. Mirwin, the star player, kept them in line while the rest of the team dove to die. A shutdown in the end, and KOI have cleaned orbit for...
The engage from KOI is just too strong. The confidence was returning to Fnatic, but you can just see the comp difference in action. Mickey, he's going to be able to get away with his life, but with 4 dead, KOI set their sights on the inhibitor towers.
Bigger health bar, definitely helping out Movistar KOI in this one, and now they're just going to run down this mid lane. Timers are not in favor of Fnatic.
Yeah, they're really not. 20 seconds for Razork. I mean, they're pushing to end here. Low health bar for Mirwin as well. 15 seconds is the count on jungler. Upsetting 15 now from there as well. Mickey at the buy time. He crashes down, but the minion wave is still there. Healthily enough. He's getting some good damage down, and Mirwin does die thanks to the turret. Mickey's still trying to play the waiting game. A root back. Both turrets gone, and Jojo's on the nexus. Razork ulti's up, but it's going to be in Jojo's trying to get around. He's still autoing down, but now for the fight. He's dead. Half health on the nexus. KOI almost had it.
Mickey somehow gets the kill up to Mirwin, and that might just said, wait, Razork, he missed him! Get the punch! No! He hit the wall!
But the Baron is up, and the best thing about all of this is in the all chat they wrote LOL chokers, and after they lost, Mickey hits them back with the LOL, and now Fnatic gets the Baron.
But this is the thing, it's Baron going to be taken, but you're still got multiple death timers on towards Movistar KOI.
It's the package service.
Ups. The vision control they need, they're not getting the waves pushed out, so it has to be another monumental team fight as Mickey goes.
Full engage. It's good. It's onto Mirwin, and again, he's not as tanky as he first thought. Oscar Renan takes in Jojo. 4 versus 5, and Jojo goes all in, but he also is versus 5, 55-second death timers.
He used the E, which meant that there was no place left for him to go back to other than the waiting arms of Fnatic. Fnatic now with a members advantage. They set their sights on the Nexus.
They tried desperately to carry this game through Mirren, through their team comp, but Fnatic, they just find their pick and they're gonna end.
And JoJo's pinging their flashes right now as 3 versus 5 never looks so alive.
There's the combo!
MKOI is there, and then suddenly they're not. They were halfway through the Nexus. Then Fnatic bounce back just like they always do.
The all chat is
The other side, but that's a Gwen for Oscar Renin, so this is definitely a composition that just wants to try and run you down, and it's going to be on Mickey to provide that point-and-click ultimate to get things started for Fnatic.
And I've had a lot of faith in Oscar Renin. Last game, how unbeatable she'll be, especially if she gets time in the sun. Meanwhile, Alvaro, Dredgeline's going to pull him in. Razork's here, level 4. Wind becomes lightning, and this Leona's tanky enough, though. Alvaro flashes away, but it's Matt. Razork might be first meat, first blood, first dead, as Mickey is now amongst 3. At Permafrost, almost in range, but Mickey's Shield of Daybreak and melee support is freshly done as Super gets his second kill.
This is why I would have liked to see that Leona taken earlier, because Leona is so strong in this matchup. You end up popping the W, and you're just able to trade hyper aggressively in the matchup because Nautilus just doesn't have enough sticking power, and now Oscar Renan's in trouble.
Sticking power against the wall, Oscar Renin stuck there, bopped. Just a reason why he survived and why early game for Koi is going so well. They're going to do it again. Watch it with an eclipse in his eyes. Alvaro, not the target this time, but Super spaces them out. They keep doing this. Fnatic are like ice.
So then you can play the fight, but now you're 2 levels down as Mickey and trying to hard force into topside with Oyoya here again.
There's 4 here under turret with Call the Force got available as well, and a Permafrost only lacking 1 auto. Mickey gets in the way, that's nice, but he might die for it. A searing charge and a death to remember. Flush from Mirwin is brilliant. Upset had his number and Alvaro's too as they get out of dodge. Trying to run up is Humanoid. He's got a mana bar to do so. Mirwin in the trudges as well. Humanoid finds his target onto Alvaro. He tanks it up. Zenith Blade in. He might just have to die, so Super survives, but a decisive shove all the way back. Barrier in tow. Upset will find him with an auto. 2 kills for Fnatic. They fight
Pretty
back.
disastrous regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that they get 2 back, and it will be the shutdown on towards Super as well that goes across the upset. But again, like, you're looking at a poke Varus who's getting these shutdowns. Like, the Talia is not really going to
Careful of that brush. It's hurt them twice, and Razork knows so. Dredgeline in. Again, the exact same spot. Alvaro turns it. He's got a solar flare onto Mickey again. Fnatic gets shoved away. That's JoJo disengaging as Razork can't do anything, and Super gets the reset. Siphon Shove flushed away from his Upset, tries to carry the fight on the back end. Super chases him down while Scrinton starts sending out the needles. Snippy time. Humanoid sends some rocks as well. It's all about projectiles and the environment. But as we get away from global warming, we see Humanoid run over by a damn train. Cole versus the play.
And so he forces out the Ornn, he forces out JoJo. The wall completely disconnects the supporting staff, and that means that it turns into a 3v4 on the top side. Ultimately, as we said, it ends up being a 2-for-2, but the re-engage from Fnatic goes to show that some of the scaling elements of things like the Gwen and the CC that this composition has means that Fnatic definitely not out of this game just yet.
Yeah, especially how quickly they got to that fight.
That's just to be noted here. There's going to be another turret going down. And with Gwen on the other side of the map, right for the old people in chat, I guess, is Humanoid. Oh, he almost Super just sidesteps at Solar Flare, saved by his support. Alvaro doing a good job of protecting the President. Koya running away, but Razork jumps in. Arctic Assault and a Permafrost will keep him in place. Mirwin looking for a route as well, and Chains of Corruption flies out. A Siphon Shove again, but now Call of the damn train lines up, and through the passageway, Fnatic get bopped around. Ignite takes Mickey down. And Call
the pool parties.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that one. As Mickey's engaged on again. Alvaro takes this. Dredgeline hits back, though. It's a beautiful one. And from Mickey, might have set it up. The burst coming in, and JoJo's about to die, but Humanoid in the end.
He's alive.
He gets burned down, and JoJo survives. Alvaro's the new target. Dredgeline misses as Oski now comes in, ready to sending the needles out. It's injection time. JoJo, have you had your shots? Oscar chasing him. His ghost is down, but as JoJo uses his fleet to gain some ground, he is now out. But Mirwin, unfortunately, the next stop is not here. It's far, far away, and Fnatic will just take him with ease and eventually give over the kill to one of these carries. Shut down over to Up. Thought Fnatic want their 3rd.
Again, look at Fnatic set up. They're coming in from multiple different angles. MKOI can't really find one way into the pit because Mickey is constantly threatening the back line. They need to hard force through, but This is their moment.
Upset's damage is hurting Alvaro. One of their engagements almost kicked out. The wall is down, and Humanoid separates Oscarinin. He might have to charge through while Jojo one-man ulties. Oscarinin is isolated, and he'll be taken first. Dragon now the thought for Koi. They're on top of it. Fnatic are bringing in the cavalry. Seismic shove away, and Jojo cannot stay. 2K the steal. No, at 5. Razork has stayed alive, and now Elyoya is just going to follow suit. Shutdown after shutdown. Fnatic after Fnatic. Before there was even a chance to think about an engage.
I mean, Upset's accuracy is impressive. I was skeptical of the...
This will be an easy charge. I mean, Super's trying to kill it before it gets anywhere near, but there it goes. Charges, dies, and goals.
But again, we're seeing nobody on the mid wave from Movistar Koi. So now you have Humanoid set up to clear the wave and threaten.
And that wall as well that Jojo can't get around. Super flashes away immediately. Call the Forge God is good, but Super just needs one simple reset. Mickey won't give it to him until the rocket comes in. And now the range at play. Elyoya found a beautiful pick onto Razork, and away he goes. Super with the shutdown. Getting excited while Merwin is zone controlling. Upset just needs to poke. The Dragon going down ever so slowly, and Oscar running in without his ulti. He's ready to snap onto Super. The damage is unreal. He rips, he shreds, and Movistar Koi are going to bed.
Oscarinin changing the landscape of this fight. It looked like such...
Making from Movistar Koi come back to bite them.
And now it bites him in front of the Baron as well. Humanoid, like I said, doing due diligence with his seismic shove, and now a depth charges Koi. Came here to soft contest. This time one doesn't hit from Humanoid, but Fnatic on the chase here. They've got a Mountain Soul, they cannot. And Upset's damage is going to rip and continue to do exactly what Oscar did before. The needlework zones him out. A shove once more. Call of the Forge God from Merwin will bow deck. And Fnatic
Koi every single fight.
Another one fight, another secured objective. Upset remains deathless. He chunks out Super's HP, and Humanoid is there to follow.
Because he wants a pick, it's all it takes to seismic shove. Super didn't have flash, he's lucky to get away from that one, but again, maybe a little bit over hyphy as the Baron is used well regardless. Upset, his range is brutal at this point. As Atakan goes down in the win of things.
It'll be the top lane going with it as well. It's the push from mid from Fnatic to keep Movistar Koi interested so Oscarinin can get full value before they reset with this Red Bull Baron power play. It's only going to be that bot lane structure that leaves outside of Movistar Koi.
At this point as well. Maybe Koi are the ones who should be bitchy because they can just walk up under this turret. 4 members strong. You look at mid, and once again, the needlework's going to fly out. Oscar is huge. And Upset as he walks forward might do the same thing. Who's going to die first? It's a game of catch and ball, but Koi must have forgotten how to catch it. In the end, Oscarinin almost taking down Jojo, opens up mid. The pick on bot opens up bot. And Fnatic with 10.5k want to end it right here.
It's not really catch and play if you're just looking for home run after home run from Oscarinin. The hook onto the Sejuani.
I wonder who lost the bat in the process. Call the Forge God is deflective at this point, but again, Atakan buff is still there, and Elyoya gets snapped in half. And Elyoya and his mid laner are now down. Movistar Koi, they might have had the early game, they might have had a semblance of power, but Fnatic, if there's a will, there's them. Match point in the lower bracket. This team always finds a way to survive.
The GGs come through as Fnatic put the start fights, and they have the way to follow.
Oh, there it is, though, against the tank. Free chomps, free lane.
I really like this draft from Fnatic.
Same.
I think that it gives you a lot of power early game. You win out on the mid, just going to ignore each other.
I think Sion just struggles because he can't really charm or land his Q because he gets fear or
Humanoids,
silence, and then Nocturnus.
Maybe it's more exciting for you guys as well. We talk about top laners and we brew action in mid. Great flash charm from Jojo, but they need to get the priority damage, and Alvaro does.
As we expected. We know why Koi wanted to avoid this matchup, and it's because of this, but Jarvan's on his way here.
Yeah, Mickey might be in a bit of trouble. He used his flash before, doesn't have it to avail, and he's just stunned down, will not get bailed out. Upset now the new target, a good bail.
I mean, Koi just have advantages across the board when it comes to laning. Merwin's built up a bit of advantage because of the early lane swap. The jungle camp advantage is in favor of Elyoya. Jojo Pion, especially thanks to that early gank. It was unfortunate he didn't get that kill, but he still finds the lead. Now, Humanoid making a play of his own.
Thinks about it with Between Worlds. The charm's good there, and going from Jojo, he skirts the fight.
Now relying on finding these picks or on
Yeah.
Fnatic misplays to really get a convincing team fight.
And it's also, as you say, burning those summoner spells before the fight starts off. So now you've got to double up on the amount of legwork you need to do. And it's also just like Mickey having access to this hostile takeover is perfect.
Able to find those mid-game fights. Fnatic have outplayed them and outfingered them a bit as we've got a bit of a gank set up here. Teleport coming in, and that's Humanoid. He might be pretty weak here without an item, so we'll see how long Mirwin can sustain as Razor's also coming down to help out. Feast is going to make it a little bit easier though, and Oscar doesn't have it available, so it might not matter. He flashes towards his team. Alvaro's there, and again, that Scion is hard to kill. Fnatic walk in, now set up the Between Worlds, but where's the damage? They have none of it. A rend, a kill, and a feat of well, Mickey stepping up. He still has the ulti available and a heal. He's trying to bait it out. Jojo Pune, though, without an ulti, still gets the charm onto the Cho'Gath. Oscarinin tries to rupture up, but he's stunned up instead. A rend will just seal his fate, but there's not enough damage there either. He walks away.
Really well.
It's cheeky.
I mean, here comes Jojo
He's
from
got
the river.
Blade, by the way, so Oscarinen's going to be slowed, and this time the Rend will really do some damage. Malignance helps out as well. Jojo gets the orb, and super.
On the side of Fnatic, the person that doesn't have one is Upset, and while that might seem like, well, Upset never dies, that's true, but they've also just avoided him like the plague.
Side, not overextending, just doing their setup. Rend comes through. Herald's down, 4.5k gold as well. Mid turret still standing there as Upset might be tagged up. Good charm as well. All in. Elyoya doesn't pop the ulti though. Upset's close to dying and he will fall. Super helped out by Jojo as that turret about to die. Hostile takeover, that's great, but again the prom. He's had his wall up. Razor can't do a thing, and it's still a gold play.
There's a TP in behind them though. They want to keep pushing this.
Jojo has moments of his ultimate up and available. The charm misses though, and Humanoid gets out of there. Flag and drag away. No, Fnatic are finding an angle, and Koi need to find a better one on the Humanoid. They see Razork is in the kick away, so Super survive. It's still Mad Koi's game to lose, and they're going to win it with every part of their might. A decimating smash of Super now looks for his ankle to come in, and with all that CC, an easy another kill. They are not throwing
Of Humanoid to start off with on the re-engage, and then they turn their attention to the rest of the people while Mirwin deals with whoever he can get in range of.
Has not played the game at all. And it is just incredible to see as Razor now looks for an angle. Teleport's going to be burned. That's Koi moving towards mid, and Mirwin just teleported in front of two people. Oscarinin as well, looking for the flank while Elyoya, a flag and drag, sets him in, and Oscar just doesn't want to be here anymore. The reverse Scion ult sends him down and interrupt with the Dragon's kick, but Razor is just steamrolled by Super. Yes, they will not be throwing a single thing.
Perfect game from Koi so far. The way that they found those early game advantage, trying to gain entry, but Mirwin is going to stand strong.
Really nice stuff. The unstoppable onslaught at melee range. It tears Fnatic a new one. And Koi have dropped no margin in this game. They'll take the Atacon off the back of the fight, and Fnatic are looking clueless in this game. Game one, game two, it was messy, but they found a road back in. But Koi have built this wall in front of them for this third game, brick by brick. It's standing strong.
Movistar Koi have figured out the mid game. They have figured out Fnatic in game number 4, and they want to make sure that they can push us all the way.
I feel you, Dagda, because at this point, Fnatic are just running back 14-0. This third game gives hope. It gives inspiration to the Koi fans. This will not be a flash in the pan. This will not be a disappointing 3-0. The start of the reverse.
Comfortable in this composition. And we haven't really seen them go the distance when it comes towards Fearless.
Jojo might be caught out here, but nah, just forget about it. I mean, even with the ult from Upset, it doesn't matter. That Kalista has 3 items. This put in the list of 2 hard as mid's going to open up as well. And Koi striving for the success of this game. 15-0. Will anyone die with Atacon? There ain't going to be a point on that board until it happens twice. Puts a lot of hope that the series goes on a little bit longer. It's been bloody.
It's also very true.
Helps, yes.
Yes. I mean, it was just, it's a situation where throughout this game, Koi's lane assignments were just always perfect. They already demonstrated it in game 2 and they got that lead. Dagda was running us through it. But here again in game 3, they've just done a really good job of controlling the early game, and now with the Baron, with a near 14k gold lead. Oh, will this be the kill?
I mean, that's some damage. It might have doubled his stats just in those 3 autos, but meanwhile, Mad ending the game. Excuse me, Koi They'll run into the turrets, but the engagers there. Razok with a brilliant kick in their base. Super's got to flash away. The hostile takeover will just reach him in the end as well. Onto Alvaro. He's dead. They're 13,500 gold down. Surely not. Fnatic defending well. It's only one kill for now as Mir wins a new target, but a charm up and a decimating smash. Oscar almost bitten off too much.
Upset desperately needs that cash in, but he's
the way around.
Yeah, then you'd have a chance.
Have a chance.
Wiki, it's a small pick. Upset's going to be able to do a little bit more damage here, but when I say damage, let's look at the health bar closely. Jojo goes over the wall. Humanoid's caught out. Razok with a kick, though, onto Jojo. He has the Spirit Rush away, but Razok's then caught out. Okay, we're back to square one. Koi run into the base, and Elyoya happy to take this up. Never mind, it was a flash in the pan, however small, with a triple over to Super. Koi are going to keep the series running like a well-oiled machine. It never stops at the station, it just keeps going. It's got to pick up more fans, more people, more hype. The start of the reverse sweep is there. Only the beginning of all chat, I'm sure. And Koi moves to match 4 versus Fnatic.
Elyoya in the chas. Marek then just look to outmaneuver the
that's a good last
yeah, the Simmer, but yeah, there you go. Last pick was the immediate lockdown, because I was going to say you need some here if you hope to close that distance, because that's exactly what
play.
Drift King running into the turret. Does he care? He has no ulti to bring back, but Scatterleak was there. The flash from Jojo, and Razok has to match it. Nice Rune Prison.
Beautiful outplay there from Jojo for Oscar to be in, and he knows that he is just bleeding farm.
However, Jojo just lost his flash, and he's been caught out. Scatterleak there, and Impale and an Unleashed Power just waiting on his head. He won't leave here alive. Realm Warp for naught, and
wanted to play aggressive on it, and Oscar didn't have no flash. There could have been a very dead Jace in the top lane. Oscar not in a good shape at all in the top side.
Kind of a reverse of what we've seen so far in the series, right? And Fnatic always playing for these bot lane.
You just don't have that threat, really, which is why Mickey with push has been able to at least lend a little bit of help here in mid.
And here he is again, right? And Jojo might be dead because the orbs are down, the ult is unleashed. And Hummy available, and he's going to make someone surprise party indeed. All it takes is an engage as Razok looks to go in first. Bandit shots doesn't connect though, and they turn back for the grubs. Now on the TP, Koi want to go in, and Mirwin starts it off. There it is! It's a sad, sad party! A wild growth set up as Koi just haven't done the finishing damage though, and here comes Zeri. Upset is rolling the fight, and although it looks great, it looked like a perfect engage, a Realm Warp has to leave! They didn't even bring the wine, but they're running out the front door before it ends.
I think it was the stun from Humanoid that just completely shut down that follow-up. Razzle,
Is it on? No ulti here, but Oscarin might be in trouble. However, it's Upset who's still sticking around. Mirwin thought he could find it. Onto Oscarin in the trade, not there yet. Flash! He misses the gun on Mickey! The blast going! Gets it anyway! That was egregious!
Super. This is not where you're supposed to be.
No, he's not. He just ran into Fog of War and into the enemy, into an Impale as well. Super duper yippity-doo!
His death. First tower of the game looking to be secured by Fnatic.
Well, Humanoid, at least one grub is going to help out as well. First turret not going to give gold bonus as it used to back in the day.
It's going to get harder the longer this game goes.
Yep.
So I will say that the responsibility is on Fnatic in this matchup.
Needlessly large sitting in that inventory, and they've got the boots upgrade. Fnatic have just taken away so much. That little tip of the point, exactly what you're talking about. The wave clip from Super already there is mid-wave. Might not be the biggest of their concerns. Super's on the hunt already. Razok flashes in. Curse of the Sad Mummy used defensively. His Upset gets the half HP. Impale is spell shielded. Jojo Pyong comes in and Razok's tool is down. Upset is down in the second if he stays in the fight, but Elyoya has to be wild growth. He's running for his life, but he'll be tethered. He'll die. And he saves a play, but he cannot save his own life.
Koi end up being caught in the river. They turn it into a fight without Mirwin. He's such a crucial piece of their damage in the early game. Elyoya ends up connecting three of his bandage.
When he finishes the second item, he has one-shot potential onto Upset. He has one-shot potential onto Humanoid. But if he's never able to play the game like Upset was in the Draven, you don't have to worry about it.
If they can open up mid here, it feels like the Atacon trade for the Dragon might be okay for a comp that wants to just keep buying time. Super's going to take up the turret, but eventually it drops down. Mid is now open for the side lanes, more importantly. Bot turret as well.
TP is going to come through in his Jace.
Okay, Humanoid is on vision, so they know he's coming in. Mirwin just trying to get out of there. Wait for the hook shot, walk shot, while the rest of Koi look for the turn themselves, but Razok just does it first. Jojo now coming in from an angle while Super uses in the Fog of War this choke to start bouncing the blade. These are good picks while Mirwin dies bot, yes.
To a certain extent, but at the end of the day, The hand's the most important part.
Jojo.
Speaking of,
Can't get caught out here. Oscar's over the wall. Jojo, come on, not again. Scout of the week is there, and he's rammed against the wall. Big mistake from the new mid laner.
the rest of KOI was backing away. He decided to clear the walls.
Although third Hextech Dragon going over to Movistar KOI is nothing to sniff at, but you can try and get value from this as Fnatic, as Humanoid going to look for Mirwin. He's going to have company coming in on the top side as well. Mirwin turns.
He's just got to go in. Maybe just has to hold. He's waiting. Poke dodged away from heal there. Scout of the week though, and Humanoid's just out of range. Unleashes power, but still not dead yet. Mirwin's trying to buy as much time as possible. Hookshot, walk shot goes back in. Mirwin ultis onto Humanoid amongst everyone. So close. Humanoid doesn't burn a thing. He's
There is very much going to be tested right now.
True.
For those long-time League fans, you'll remember the reckless 500 CS Civi win condition.
Classic.
Because that champion was designed to hold the waves. So far, though, Fnatic, they secured one tower. They're looking to make it two.
Trying to make those 4 grubs work as well for Jojo in the side lane, but Humanoid, yeah, will make it 2 indeed, as last of the minions cancelled out in mid. Fnatic group up as 5 and uses Baron buff to push in, and Jojo now needs to retreat and come back because this will be an inhibitor turret for sure. And who knows what happens with mid as well as Upset moves over.
This is huge for Fnatic though. They struggle against the wave clear, as Betty said, but Baron is making the difference here, and that's 2 towers now gone.
Step up to the minion wave. Elyoya is battered. Center wave. Razork is in the base by himself. In super goes, but he's wild growth to kite back, but Oscar can't find him. Good kite, good shutdown as Upset now as well. Battered by the ulti, the Camille. Mirwin joins in. They've still got fight left in them. Flash roll from Jojo. Razork has to match it as well. Mickey running for his life, and they went a bit too far. Jay's going to poke out, and he means a bit of business now as well. He's going to chase this up and onto Mirwin. Gets the Sterix Gauge shield. That's big before a 5v5 as we speak of it, and Fnatic are turning the play. On bot, they've found Upset with an ulti firing into Elyoya, and Elyoya's ulti doesn't hit. The knockback is big, and Upset, the new addition of Fnatic, is rolling over their reverse sweep chances. He cleans them, he shocks them, and Fnatic just play the map better. Jojo, where do you think you're going? Back to NA!
Movistar KOI tried to make the play in the side lane, but Fnatic read it in the 3v3. Fnatic beat them, and now as they march towards the nexus, Fnatic might just win it.
This was what we were waiting for. Fnatic to wake up a bit, and in this game it seemed topsy-turvy, but the Lion has roared its last, it looks like, in the lower bracket. Top 4 silences. Mirwin was a big hope in the side lane, but silenced as well. Fnatic at us in the first half, but they always find a way back in. Resilience is rewarded, and Fnatic will get a chance to make another finals, locking in their face-off against the Blue Wall tomorrow.
The GG's come through as Upset steps up massively in that final fight. A huge team fight win. And Oscar with a crazy level of confidence after being bullied by Mirwin consistently in the side lane. He was able to sidestep the stun. He